What up, everybody? It's your boy Frogman. I just moved into a new place recently, and I figured I'd celebrate by talking about Overwatch instead of playing it, because that's healthy for me. And that's healthy for all of us, alright? Don't play Overwatch today, okay? You heard it from me. Anyways, let's talk about Overwatch 2 Season 13, an honest review of it, how I felt about the season, and all that sort of stuff, right? I had a lot of fun this season, mainly because I was making the Lucia Mafia Origins series. And a lot of people on, the comments and all that sort of stuff really enjoy that sort of stuff, right? I had a lot of fun making it. It was very, very, time-consuming very, very time-consuming and all that sort of stuff, but it was probably the most funnest series or, funnest set of videos I made on the channel, and I'm really glad that people really enjoyed it, and it does give me motivation to hopefully make some more stuff like that in the future, when I get the motivation again. But let's talk about this season and how I felt about it. So, an honest overview, it was okay. It wasn't the worst season. It wasn't the best season. Season 12 is still honestly one of my most favorite seasons, simply because it added a whole bunch of new stuff to the game and a whole new support that pretty much reshaped the way a lot of things are played at the moment, right? She is still pretty hard meta, but we'll talk about Juno a little bit later, okay? First off was Junkenstein's Laboratory. I didn't really have much footage of this because I unfortunately just deleted my hard drive, or wiped all the stuff off my hard drive to get it all off. Why the hell am I on Tracer? Anyways, I wiped up most of the stuff off my hard drive, so I don't really have much footage of it. But if you didn't hear what it was, Junkenstein's Laboratory was a new Halloween game mode that released at the start of the season, and the whole essence around it was, King of the Hill with upgradable, character things. So it was only a small amount of characters. It was 3 tanks, Orisa, Ryan, and D.Va, and then a couple of DPS, Pharah, Ashe, Soldier, Genji, and Reaper, and then for supports, it was Zen, Moira, Mercy, and Kiri. So it was a very small selection of Overwatch heroes, but out of all those Overwatch heroes, as a new round would start, you would get upgrades. So for example, Kiriko could now double jump, or Moira could fire 3 orbs instead of just 1, I think Zenyatta could charge up more volleyballs. Mercy had a shorter cooldown on a GA, but it got more crazy over time. Diva's bomb could pull people in. Reaper could get his souls back from Overwatch 1, but instead of giving him health, it would give ult charge, which was really, really nice and really cool. And then we also had, a couple other things like Reaper gave back shots, all that sort of stuff. There was some really cool creative ideas from the Overwatch team. And most people kind of caught on quick of what it was. It was pretty much just the PvE upgrades that they've just had in the vault for 4 or 5 years now, just put into a PvP environment. And I made a tweet about it a while back where I was just like, you see how fun the game is when you just have replayable aspects? And then I kind of crashed out mid-tweet. I'll see if I can find that tweet real quick. Hold on a second. Your boy found the tweet after 5 minutes of searching. I made this tweet basically saying, crazy how giving players replayability features makes them want to play the game over and over again. Because the Junkenstein's Laboratory game mode was so good, they extended it all the way for 4 weeks straight. And I don't think there's been many game modes in Overwatch history that they've actually extended it to let people play longer. I honestly can't really think of much. I didn't even think they even made the archives last longer in Overwatch 1. I'm not fully sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments though. But anyways, yeah, I crashed out of here. I'm like, rips off shirt and turns into a werewolf, you know what I mean? I didn't take any pictures, so don't ask. Anyways, I was kind of crashing out about that because I was like, this is great. I think adding replayability stuff to the game is really wonderful. And I honestly hope the Overwatch team sees the success of that game mode and doesn't retire it. It's just this will be a one-time thing every single Halloween. I don't want to wait Halloween for another 4 characters to be added. Just keep adding characters and put it in the arcade rotation every single week. Just have it there and just be yeah, this is our most popular game mode. Let's only let people play it for 4 weeks. I was still getting queues at my MMR, because Quick Play and Arcade has some insane MMR or something like that. And for some reason, my arcade queues take very long. You can look at the 2-hour low gravity queue I did a while back. Anyways, even with my MMR, I was still finding games in that game mode, which was actually crazy, on the last few days of it. And I don't know if that was just because people are trying to get the, 50 wins title or anything like that, just for, the mutated monster text title, whatever it is. But, I was very surprised that people were still playing it after that long. So that was honestly really wonderful. And, yeah, that was probably the best part about this season, to enjoy as someone who plays a lot of comps, plays the game casually, and all that sort of stuff. It was wonderful because I just kept playing it over and over again. Sorry, excuse me, stuttering. I kept playing it over and over again. I was like, I want to play Reaper, I want to play Genji, I want to play, Ashe. I don't want to play Pharah because I'm an actual normal human being. And I want to play Ryan, I want to play Orisa, I want to play D.Va, I want to play all the Overwatch heroes and see the replayability, the upgrades they all have, because I had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, if the Overwatch team is listening, please don't just retire the game mode, because I would love to play Lucio a bit. I would make so many videos. I would make one extra video if they added Lucio into it for an extra week, okay? Alright, yes, sweet as. Anyways, next up was the map reworks. We had a couple of map reworks this season. We had a map rework to Dorado, Circuit Royale, Havana, and Numbani. Havana has, I don't know what map has already been changed up. No, they haven't all been changed up already. You know, they made some changes to the map coming into Overwatch 2. But now, you know, there's some big changes. Like Dorado has a staircase on second point high ground. Numbani has just a bit more like open areas, and it's a bit easier to attack, and it's a lot more like closer. It's not like you're gonna be walking back from spawn so much if you're on the attacker side. It feels very much more fair for the attacker side and not as annoying. I haven't heard anyone really complain about Numbani in quite some time. Circuit Royale got some changes as well. For example, they changed that stupid car on first point to an actual big car, so you can actually like hide behind it with cover, which is wonderful. Added some more flanks for that map too, which is one of my biggest problems of it. And also they made it that the lampposts, you can just wall ride straight through them, which is great. That's something I've been requesting for ages, and it looks like the Overwatch team actually listened. I don't know if anyone really understands what I'm talking about, but Overwatch maps have this tendency to just put random things on walls that if you just bump into it, messes up all your mobility. It's a problem for Genji players, it's a problem for Kiri players, it's a problem for Winston players, any sort of character's mobility. You just get caught on that stuff, and it's really bloody annoying. It's absolutely frustrating as hell. But it seems like the Overwatch team locked in. They made little changes to make the maps feel a lot more smoother to play. You don't really notice them, but it's something that I notice and I care about a lot. And of course, they changed up Havana too, which really, it hasn't felt too crazy. You know, it still honestly just feels like Havana, and it's not really like a bad change or like some crazy good change, but I do honestly like what they've done with all the map reworks. I think map reworks are honestly really, really fun for the game, but I did actually want to talk about maps for a little bit, and this is something I've been talking about with my community a bit, and, you know, something I wanted to yab about for a while, but let me pause real quick because I gotta find a tweet. Okay. And how I feel about maps in Overwatch 2 is honestly, I think they're growing stale over time, and I kind of dislike how every single map is just, oh, we're in this environment, we're in this sort of stuff, and all that sort of thing. And I kind of feel like Overwatch maps aren't really memorable as much as they used to be. And I feel like they really need to spice up, you know, how maps are and make them more interesting, right? And surprisingly, the Overwatch team has been doing surveys for it. A recently survey explored ideas such as a Mars colony setting, collaboration-based maps, destructible environments, which is interesting, weather effects such as frostbite damage, and buffs in place of health packs. I think this stuff is really cool. I think Overwatch maps, for example, and yes, this is a Lucio player talking, I think there needs to be more map environmental, like, hazards, okay? And when we're talking, like, hazards, we're talking about trains going past, we're talking about buses, we're talking about things to boop enemies into for that comedy factor. We need that sort of funny thing with, like, Overwatch maps. Busan, Oasis are absolutely wonderful maps because you can knock someone into a train, and I think that's absolutely hilarious. I think that's awesome that you can do that sort of thing. Anyways, I feel like the past couple of Overwatch maps, while they're very pretty and very well designed and very, you know, fun to play on, have just kind of felt like, this is just another Overwatch map in another setting. And I do hope over time, as like the next seasons come along, they add more things to older maps and newer maps where it's like, hey, there's this thing that happens, there's this thing that happens, you know, there's more, like, events that happen. Maybe people might not like it that much, but I think it kind of makes the maps feel a bit more fresh and a bit more exciting. Hopefully, it's not one of the cases of, yeah, I lost the game because, you know, the Yeti in the cave on the snow map freaking appeared and beat the living hell out of my Winston, and we lost the game because of it. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy like that, but it's like little tiny gimmicks that don't really change the map like crazy. Look at Lunar Colony, for example. You had the low gravity area outside, which wasn't really used that much, but everyone remembers that area. Whenever you bring up Lunar Colony, like, yeah, it was a pretty rough map, but I like the low gravity area. Fighting out there was always really funny, you know, and all that sort of stuff, right? So, you know, that's kind of cool, whatever. Anyways, map reworks, regardless, are pretty good. Hopefully, there's some more map reworks in the future. For me, personally, I think Blizzard World and Hollywood are the two maps that I personally dislike. I hope they get some changes in the future. I don't really know what exactly I want for them, but I feel like attacking second world Blizzard Point is an absolute nightmare. And Hollywood kind of just feels a bit boring, I guess, to me. Maybe it's just because the map is, I've just been playing the map so many times, but I just wouldn't mind if there was just some spice ups to the map to change it up just a little bit. And I don't really fully know what I want out of the map, though. But I think I kind of just want the map to feel a bit more fresh again, is basically what I'm saying when I want a map rework for that map. Not that it's a bad map. It's just kind of like, it's this map. I don't really care. You guys are wondering, do I want a boop spot on the map? Yes, I would love a random hole just on the map that kills people. Voice crack, by the way. Alright, let's get into the next part. Battle Pass and the skins. We also had My Hero Academia this season, which honestly, I totally forgot about because it was so early into the season. It was quite surprising. You know, we had Uravity Juno, we had Deku Tracer, we had the Reaper skin, which honestly, I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Tamura. We're gonna name Tamura because I don't want to butcher the name. I'm very sorry. All Might Reinhardt, which honestly kind of scares the living hell out of me, and Toga Kiriko. And honestly, all the character skins are great choices. There have been some talks of like All Might Ramatra would have been a sick idea, and I agree. I think All Might Ramatra would have been super cool. I honestly think he deserves more skins. Not a hot take, is it? You can cancel me if you want. I don't really care. Anyways. I think Reinhardt just gets way too many skins. It would have been nice for Ramatra to get it, but I do understand maybe they didn't pick Ram because he's kind of like a little bit naughty in the lore. He's a little bit of a naughty boy in the lore at times, but at the end of the day, he just wants peace for Omnix. He's just a chill dude like that. Anyways, yeah, we also had the Battle Pass, and a lot of people were kind of cooking me on the video where I did a Battle Pass overview saying I was glazing a bit too hard, and you know what? Yeah, I think maybe I was glazing a little bit too hard, but honestly, I just like pretty things, okay? That's just my type of thing. If we're gonna go a little bit over time and how I feel about this skin, Queen skin, it's kind of okay, but I think the green hair is cool. So's skin is still by far, in my opinion, hasn't changed. This is still by far one of the best skins they've ever released in Overwatch 2 history. It is just super sick. She looks awesome. Her hair looks gorgeous. I wish you could take off the mask. The gun looks absolutely phenomenal. It's just one of Soju's best skins in Overwatch 2 right next to Barista. And that's an epic skin. So, you know, the Sig skin, not too crazy about. Hog skin for a free epic is pretty good. Reaper skin, Grim Effigy, nothing too crazy. I don't really care about this one. Gnome Torbjorn, my opinion still hasn't changed. I think it's a really well-designed skin, super creative. You've got the hoses on the turret, you've got the hoses on the gun, you've got the little cute hammer. It's an adorable skin, it's really good. Mei skin, it's a free reward, but it's regardless, it's still really, really nice. I think this one's a really good Mei skin. And Bogwitch Ana, which I didn't really like it at first, but over time I thought it was actually really, really, really sick. I honestly think Ana being a scary witch is really cool. I like it. I like the old people stuff. Anyways, but yeah, regardless, I did glaze a little bit too hard, or maybe I was a little bit too positive in my thing, but I feel like people kind of forget that I'm a guy that's usually pretty positive about Overwatch in my videos, at least. On stream, I'm kind of complaining about this game 24/7. Anyways, but the rest of the skins this season, yeah, there was some good parts, but it kind of just felt like over time as the season was coming to the end, we didn't really get much. I mean, look at the shop at the moment. It's just Overwatch 1 related stuff, which is whatever. But there was something really cool. They did do a bundle with 6 skins that cost a total of 1,000 Overwatch coins. They were recolors, but the Overwatch team has finally realized that people are going to buy recolors if you include the original skins, and if you own the original skins, you get it for 525 coins. How great is that? That's really, really, really good. Hopefully my mic has been picking up my voice. Hopefully it has not been an issue at all. Hold on a second. Let's do a check. Good news, the audio still sounds okay, but if it sounds bad, I'm really sorry. It sounds good on my end. Anyways, they did a bundle, and it's basically if you own the original skins, you get it for a cheaper price, which is absolutely wonderful. The Overwatch team needs to continuously keep doing this and make, recolors interesting. This is the good thing about recolors. If you're gonna give me recolor, give me the original skin alongside of it 1,900 Overwatch coins, because it's like, oh, I get 2 skins for 1,900 Overwatch coins? That's great. That's a bargain. That's an absolute steal. That's wonderful. 2 skins? I mean, let's be real for a second. $1,900 for a legendary skin in general is a little bit crazy. I think there should be 1,500 or even less. Hot take of the day. You can cancel me. I don't really care. Anyways, you got these skins, and yeah, own the original ones, 525 coins. This was a really good idea from the Overwatch team. I absolutely applaud this sort of thing, and hopefully with recolors in the future, they stick to this thing. Okay, I had someone come into my room to quickly talk about something. Forgot what I was talking about, but anyways, the skins this season, let's just talk about that. There were some good skins this season. I honestly will say the best ones are obviously the Black Cat skins that came out this season. The skins for Mercy, Iardi, who else? The Iardi skin was bloody phenomenal, man. I can't get over how good this skin bloody looks. You had Tracer, and you had... What the hell? You... Sorry, it's a funny skin. I love it. You had the Tracer skin, and who else did you have? Who else got a cat skin? Sombra? Sombra got a cat skin, but they were just recolors, right? You had those ones as well, and honestly, I feel like you should have gotten the original recolors of those skins, especially the D.Va and Sombra one, right? But whatever. They just decided at the end of the season, you know what? Let's make skins cheaper with recolors and all that sort of stuff, and just call it a day. So that's cool, I guess. Whatever. I don't really know. The consistency on Overwatch skin pricing annoys me like absolute crazy, and it's kind of like a lot of the times, you know, if I'm gonna buy a skin, it's generally just the skin by itself. I don't really care about bundles that much anymore, you know, in most cases. But here's some little bit of a criticism here. Why the hell is Mercy getting another highlight intro? And this isn't me saying Mercy doesn't deserve highlight intros. I mean, it's really rare for most Mercy players to be getting stuff. She hasn't got a damn emote since like 2020 Overwatch 1. Where the hell is her damn emotes, man? Give me a new Mercy emote instead of a highlight intro all the damn time or something like that. Sorry, a little bit of a crash out there, but hey, just wanted to get that off my chest. What else is there with skins? Oh yeah, the Mythic Widowmaker skin and of course the Soldier skin. People were cooking me because I liked the Widowmaker Mythic skin a lot. I'm a big Widow Glazer. I'm a supporter of Widowmaker, okay? I think she's a very pretty Overwatch character. And it started like a whole debate in the Overwatch community of like Mythic skins and, you know, like this doesn't look like a Mythic skin. And honestly, when you put it at like level 1, yeah, this just looks like a Legendary skin. And here's my hot take with Mythic skins in Overwatch 2. I think Legendary skins are just I think Mythic skins are just Legendary skins in Overwatch 2 if the Overwatch team just locks in like absolute crazy. Because it's really just custom ability effects and sounds, as they do say right here. There are some other stuff, like, you know, like the little things here and the little sparkles going around it. But really, in most cases, Mythic skins are just Legendary skins that the Overwatch team locks in and puts them behind either the Battle Pass or, like, 80 Mythic Prisms. So, you know, there's that, right? But I think the good thing, at least, is that if you don't like this skin, you don't have to buy it. You can save for the Mythic that comes out next season, or you can save it for the Mythic weapon, or save for a Gilded on one of your favorite characters. In most cases, I just saved up most of my Gilded because I didn't buy the Ashe or the Reaper one because I wasn't really interested, and I got the full Widowmaker one, and I still have 60 left over. But yeah, regardless, you don't have to like the Mythic Widowmaker skin. I personally just like it because I like Witcher girls. That's my thing, okay? I think that's awesome. That's chill as hell, okay? You can cancel me if you want. I don't really care. I need to stop saying that. I'm sorry. But hey, another thing as well, this is unrelated. There was some survey skins also talked about this season, and Lucio finally got a survey skin. This is great. I'm really happy about this. I'm really happy. Why is Hawk Tour trending? I don't want to see this, man. I don't want to see that. Okay, anyways, where are we going on to next? The Mythic Soldier weapon, yeah, I don't really care that much. It's okay. It's average. The Overwatch team gave me the Mythic weapon for free, and being fully transparent with you guys, I don't really think it's too crazy. But then again, what are you meant to really do with this to make the, like, flourish look interesting? Cool, he's swinging his balls around his gun. Probably Reaper's balls, but who cares? But the kill effect, that's nice. That is good. I wish we had more kill effects over Overwatch, and it didn't cost like half my bank account to frickin' buy one of these or something like that. Because I'm, you buy one of these and you're like, next week, I soup for dinner, lunch, and breakfast. So, there's that. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to make this video too long. And next up, we had the big thing of this season, which was Overwatch Classic. Going back to the original patch of Overwatch 1, 6v6 also returned as a little surprise. But hey, Overwatch started teasing like, oh, we have a big thing coming on social media, and they brought back Overwatch Classic, which allowed players to just relive the original version of Lucio, the original version of just all the Overwatch heroes in their pure whatever version. And honestly, it was a pretty fun game mode for like the first day. I played it for pretty much like the entire day with a couple of creators. I even got to play with Flats, which was really fun. I always enjoy playing with that dude because he's just, you know, a pretty chill guy. But honestly, my biggest criticism is the no limits got really boring very, very quickly. There was some fun stuff you could do, but it kind of just became Widowmaker Watch a lot of the time, and it kind of just got a little bit dull very, very quickly. And then the Overwatch team was like, hey guys, we hear you. Due to overwhelming demand, we are extending No Limits and Overwatch Classic through the weekend. The new end date for No Limits is now November 18th. And I kind of just saw that and I was just like, okay, I don't really care anymore. And then it's like, who demanded this? Who asked for this? I didn't ask for this. Like, literally all the creators I knew didn't want the No Limits to thing. Like, a lot of creators were like, I'll go back to it once they put No Limits back in, like, they get rid of the No Limits sort of thing. But I was one of those creators that were like, it's fun, but the No Limits stuff is kind of ruining for me just a little bit. And then basically after that, since they just took so long to get rid of the No Limits, I kind of got bored of it very, very quickly. So there's just that, right? Yeah, but then we also have other stuff coming up in the future. We're going to have the Moth meta, which probably comes out next season. And then after that, I think we're going to have Goats, which will probably happen in, like, I don't know, season 15 or something like that. If Overwatch is even still alive. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding around. Yeah, but, you know, we had that, right? Now, let's talk about Overwatch balance. I don't know why my voice just sounded like that just then, but I've done several takes to try and talk about Overwatch balance, and I keep messing it up every single damn time. So, let's talk about it, okay? Yeah, this season's balance was absolutely terrible. I'm going to be fully blunt about it. I had a ranked game the other day where there were 4 Malgas in the lobby, copied echoes on the Malgas, and then 4 Malgas in total. Somehow we won this game when we were running Lucio Juno, while the enemy team was running Brig Juno. Yeah, it's just absolutely stupid. I don't know what the hell was going on. This season's balance, for tanks at least, was goofy as hell. It started off with Orisa being meta, but thankfully, Orisa finally got nerfed. But then the Overwatch team was like, hey, Malga has been underperforming for a while now, so we're putting some power to perhaps his most engaging ability, Overrun. And somehow, this change alone made him super good. But also, I think, did they nerf Orisa? I don't think they even nerfed Orisa. I think they nerfed Orisa like 2 weeks into the season. I can't really remember. But at some point, they did do a tiny little nerf to Orisa, which was great. Really appreciate it from the Overwatch team. Lovely, good job, well done. But, you know, they started doing some small micro buffs to Malma at the start of the season, and then over time, it's just like, okay, let's just buff him again. Even the Jungle Queen nerf was really confusing this one. Although she's not the most played, Jungle Queen is the top performing tank at the moment. These adjustments aim at tuning her down slightly by reducing her selfing and making the knife throw require more accuracy. I feel like Jungle Queen being nerfed is okay. I think it's fine. She's one of the most, I guess, high skill tanks in the entire game. You need to be very, very good and consistent on this character, because if you mess up just a little bit, you get punished very easily, because this character doesn't have armor. You have to constantly be self-healing. You have to constantly just be, you know, positioning super well. She does have a skinnier hitbox, but of course, a Lucio can easily 1v1 her if he plays it right. That's the whole thing about the character, and that's why I like versing the character, because I feel like she's one of the characters that can easily punish you, while you can also easily punish her if you play it right. But moving on. I think a lot of the changes to the tanks this season were a little bit cooked. Over time, yeah, Malga versus Malga games were really not fun at all, and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to talk too much about tanks, because I've done this balance talk way too many times, and whatever. Now, for DPS, Widowmaker was the most dominant character apparently this season. I don't really know if she's going to get nerfed next season. Honestly, she might be one of those characters that eventually gets a rework or something like that. But I saw a lot of people complaining about Widow nonstop, and for me, she's not really a problem that much, ever. I never really have trouble versing a Widowmaker as much as I do versing Tracer, versing Cassidy, versing Echo, versing Ashe. You know, these characters pretty much ruin the entire game for me a lot of the times. And I'm not saying that they're super broken, but the way that most of the Overwatch community feels about Widowmaker is the way I feel about Tracer. I find her incredibly annoying to deal with. I feel like she can hard carry lobbies like absolute crazy, and I just cannot win 1v1s against her. It's more than likely a skill issue, but with a character that has, you know, help like healing reduction, 175 health, 40 damage melees, and just really good damage overall, she's very hard to play into. Honestly, I wish Tracer went back to 150 health and they just buffed her damage back up to 6, where it's like, she's deadly as hell, but she's also a glass cannon. So it's not really like a terrible trade-off, but maybe then again, I might just be biased because I don't like versing Tracer every single game. I like versing Widow. You know what? I'm biased. Yeah, whatever, who cares? Anyways, Widowmaker hasn't been much of a problem with me most of the time. I feel like Widowmaker's only a giant problem for me is when a Brig is hard pocketing her 24/7. And she's kind of been like one of the most strongest supports in high ranks, at least in the moment, alongside Juno. And it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't really like versing this character. For some reason, her flail sound is really loud when you get booped by it. I don't know if that's only me, but I feel like every time I get flailed by a Brig and it hits me, I get knocked back really far, and it's like, dong, really loud in my ears. I absolutely hate it. I wish the Overwatch team would fix that. Yeah. Other balance stuff. Is there really much else to talk about? I don't really know, man. There was the Sombra rework this season, which honestly started off really, really bad, but over time, it got a little bit better. I don't think it was the worst rework in the world. I think it had a couple of issues, and I think, unfortunately, for Sombra players, it can be really annoying to have your character constantly rework 24/7. Imagine walking into a KFC and being like, hey, did you guys change the 11 herbs and spices? And they're like, yep, we have 12 now. And you're like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. And then you go in the next day and it's like, guess what? There's only 10 herbs and spices. And also, we're going to take your left arm, buddy. And then they chop off your left arm. That's not really like a good analogy, but like, hopefully you understand what I mean. It's kind of just like, what the hell's going on? I swear, like, why did you guys just suddenly like do that to me? Anyways, yeah, like, as you can tell, I've lost the plot. Talking about Overwatch balance makes me lose my damn mind. Overwatch balance this season has kind of sucked. Hopefully next season improves. You know, who knows, man? Maybe Lucio might get a big buff, 25 damage. He can kill people with his butt. That'd be cool. I should stop talking. Anything else to talk about? I think that's it. I don't really know, guys. This season was pretty good. I've already made my prediction for, you know, stuff on Twitter. I won a Dress to Impress tournament with Aspen, if you guys care about that. The Y2K Lucio skin looks absolutely awesome. They did in the survey. Hazard looks pretty exciting. The voice actor absolutely cooks for the character. And my mythic predictions were Winston, Reinhardt, and Diva. I don't think... I feel like a tank is 100% going to get a mythic this season, simply because, well, you have OG 6v6 coming back, so I feel like they're going to be catering towards the tank players quite a lot next season. Sabrina Carpenter! Puck Tour, get off here. And then for the mythic weapon, Sombra or Lucio. I'm kind of just throwing stuff against the wall. It probably won't be either of these two characters, but I figured, you know, why not? Let's just have some fun, you know? Who knows? Maybe Lucio might get a fire skin next season. Alrighty, guys. That's the end of the video. We'll have the trailer go up in a couple of hours, and I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely night, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow when I play Marvel Rivals. Sorry.